Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the USO on the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We're going to use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So normally we do this in our daily video, but I wanted to go in a little more detail about this trade here. We did go short here, we shorted up here, we shorted here, we shorted here. I think we even did it here. We'd cover half, cover the quarter, and then let the quarter run, do it again, comes in, take half, add it again, take half and a quarter off. We have a quarter position. The USO still short from actually up in this area. So when it came here, we added more to the SCO, which is an inverse ETF, which just ripped heads off when we actually added more here. And then as well as we went to the SCO and went long. We're 2 cents above after hours. But we've been channeling, guys, in this channel for a long time. This is a big, big channel. Lower trend line, upper trend line. We get to the top, comes in, goes up, pulls back, almost made it to this area, came right back in. Went back up, couldn't get above, chop, chop, chop. This was slightly bearish. Boom, played out, right back into what, guys? The trend line again. You had a couple gaps, though. We talked about that. You had the gap fill here. You also had a gap fill there. So let me draw on that line here. That was a gap fill. These are pretty much irrelevant at this point. But just to show you, right here was gap fill. And then down here was gap fill. You know, this is where it hit here, bounced for a couple days, came right back down, gap fill. It didn't fill it completely, almost by the penny. Close enough for government work, guys. And boom, took off. So they were talking OPEC, this, that. Oh, they got it under control. Oh, my gosh. And then went right back up. Almost filled the gap up here, turned right back around, and down she goes. So we were adding here. We were also saying, hey, if it gets up into this area, up into the double top around 12, you got to start adding more. Even though I know we're above this upper trend line, but you got to do it as a technical trader. Never made it, turned right back around. And today, guys, what another bloodbath. I'm thinking people listening to CNBC hype, getting in for the long haul. Oh, here it is. Oil's going to go. And these are margin calls now. People are just, they got to sell. They got to sell their position to cover their margin. So we have another lower trend line here. It did crack through 955. We talked about these areas every day in the video. Not every day, but most of the days. Here, and then we have a big gap fill, double bottom right around $9. So that's the area I'm thinking we're going to at this point is $9. Once we get down there, let's figure out where this thing's going to bounce or set up. And honestly, when this is all said and done, guys, I still think we're going to this pivot, double bottom, which is the 766 or so, and I think we'll get into the high sixes. So if it comes down in here, I'll start nibbling long, but at one point, if it gets below that, I'm going to definitely have to take a position in this. These charts, guys, this is ugly action right here. These elongated red bars, cracking through pretty big areas. Let's keep an eye on this one. I mean, it's going to get to a point where you're going to get some bulls by the dip mentality come in here, but right now, watch out, guys. They need lower oil prices for this economy to keep rolling, in my opinion. Higher oil prices is not going to work with the Federal Reserve's plan of keeping this thing going, the consumer spending, and all that good stuff. Let's go to the weekly really quick. Weekly chart. Let's open this up a little bit more. It's pretty much the same thing, guys. Let's go back. Listen. Same thing. Chop, chop, chop. Here's your big trend line. Cracking through. This is the weekly chart, though. If this comes back and reverses up and closes above this big trend line, then maybe buy it for a couple-day rally. I mean, honestly, this could rally right up to the top again, and we never see these prices again. But with these red bars here, guys, if we don't get a reversal tomorrow, this is a weekly chart, my gosh, especially if we close down in this area here, 937, even it is double bottom at the 926. Again, I still think we're going down here, and if it tests the 766, we could possibly get into the $6 area somewhere in here. So watch out for this chart. This is getting really ugly. Again, good support, good support, good support. You do have a slight gap fill here. And then as well as on the daily, you got a couple other, I think there's a gap fill down here or whatever, a pivot. So right now, guys, a little bit ugly. Not to say that USO won't go higher, but at this point, they're shaking people out. Pretty much looks like what they did here, guys. When it was up here and everyone was all excited, and then they just gave the bloodbath out. When that thing was falling, got the bounce, came up. Overall pattern, down, sideways. Bearish pattern on the weekly as well. Oh, man, I can't say enough. But our trade on the SEO is done. This one, we have a quarter position. Hopefully we get down to the $9 area. Around a 9, I think I'll cover it. Then I'm going to wait patiently to see if this thing can bounce and move up. Check this out, though, guys, before we go. SEO. We entered this position right around 33.50 or 33.70, right in there. I don't have the exact number, but look at that. Even at 34 here, look at this. Look at this run, guys. Unfortunately, we covered the last quarter position at 48 or 41.60, and today it just tore heads off. You know, but if you're going from 34 to 41.60, that's a great trade. I'm done. I'm putting that money to use somewhere else. If it comes in, we'll have to look at this. So guys, that's the USO trade. Be careful with it if you're trying to buy the dip and pick this thing off. It could go lower, so just be aware of that. And hopefully my listeners and followers have been listening to me, because I bet they've been trying to load up here and here. They've been chasing it up there, and the thing just keeps going lower. So be careful with the USO, guys. And if the overall market's dump, you're really going to be in bad shape. So let this fall, buy at lower prices, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. If you're not a member at my StockBookie.com site, go there, become a member. You'll get an email alert for videos like this, trade ideas, our live sessions, a couple other things that we have in the works that are coming up. So sign up. It's free. What do you have to lose? Again, everybody, thank you so much for following me. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope I'm helping some of you guys out there, keeping out some of these trades, buying the dips, waiting for lower prices. That's what we got to do, guys. It's all about patience, money positions, or the size of the positions, and just putting the trade on at the right time. So, all right, guys, thanks again for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.